Hey guys, this is Eric from Invensis, and I welcome you to our YouTube channel. In today's session, we will understand what issue management is in detail. Before we start, let us quickly go through the agenda. To begin with, we will understand what is issue management, and talk about its practices in detail. We will also discuss the differences between issues and risks. Then we will discuss issue log, a document that maintains records of issues and its resolutions. Finally, we will conclude this session by discussing ways to manage issues in a project. I hope the agenda is clear. If you like this video, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, to learn more about project management and its practices, check out Invensis Learning's Project Management Certification Training on Prince 2, Project Management Fundamentals, PO, CAPM and MSP. All of the necessary information is given in the description box below. Now, let's get started with the first topic of today's session: what is issue management? There are going to be several issues during the management of a project. These project issues must be identified and managed at any phase of the project. Before the issue gets escalated, it must be resolved. This is where issue management comes into play. Issue management maintains project stability throughout the project lifecycle. Its objective is to identify obstacles that can hinder the success of the project. In simple words, it detects any issue that prevents the project from achieving its goals. Now you must be wondering, what are some examples of such obstacles? Some of them are clash of opinions, uncanny situations, unanticipated responsibilities, and much more. Issue management is a way to recognize and record these issues to review and solve them in a relevant manner. If we have issues that aren't resolved, it can be a source of conflict that will prevent the project from attaining its goals or daily milestones. This could be extremely problematic. It could delay the entire project and incur loss. Project managers must effectively monitor and manage issues on a daily basis. They must regularly update themselves with issue owners to ensure they report and make progress towards finding a solution for any issue. Effective issue management not only overcomes obstacles to hinder the project's growth but also contributes to a productive working relationship among project stakeholders, including the project team. Let us now discuss the best practices in issue management. Firstly, we have to document the project issues. No matter the issue size or type, we can use an issue tracking system or log where the issues must be centrally documented. We will learn more about issue logs later on in this session. Secondly, the tools to manage issues should at least contain a unique identification number, a description of the issue, impact summary, action steps, issue priority, current status, and issue owner. Next, it must contain a resolution statement where issues must be stated in such a way that the solution must be clearly stated. For example, instead of "the project requires coding resources," use "the project requires 2 mid-level Python developers before the third week of August to meet the project delivery deadline in October." There must also be an escalation process as a part of the entire issue management planning activities. This must be well documented as well. We have already discussed how important it is to prioritize issues. You must specify its owners, with all the steps and due dates. There must be no communication problems between the issue ownership for action items. Also, there must be regular reviews of issues with the help of an issue log. The review process should occur on a regular basis for complex projects and at least once a week for the smaller ones. Ongoing issues must be reviewed at Scrum meetings, and progress made on issues should be tracked and recorded within the issue log. It is important to be mindful of the 80-20 rule. That implies 80% of the project impact and success will come from approximately 20% of the documented issues. Team members are required to concentrate on the majority of efforts on issues that pose the greatest threat to project success. Finally, we must record the issue's history. Closed issues must be documented in the issue log as a historical record. This will also facilitate lessons learned from such issues. Now, let us move to the next part of today's session: issues versus risks. Often we get confused between issues and risks and how to manage them. We must understand how these two activities interact with each other. According to the project management body of knowledge, a risk is defined as an uncertain event or condition that, if occurs, has a positive or negative impact on the project's goals. On the other hand, an issue is a point or matter in question or dispute, or a point or matter that is not settled and is under discussion or over which there are opposing views or disagreements. Usually, project issues are identified as risks initially, and throughout its management planning process may have a planned approach to manage the issues. Let us talk about the entire process of project risk management. It includes identification, analysis, responses, planning, monitoring, and controlling the entire project. The main objective of project risk management is to increase the probability of positive events to occur, which in turn decreases the probability of events that can hinder the project's goals. Project issue management utilizes the outputs from the project risk management planning if the issue is initially identified as a risk during the project risk planning processes. Now, let's talk about the issue log in detail. You must be aware of the fact that issues can arise at any point or phase of the project, not just at the initial phase. Now, as these issues arise during this course, it is important that the project team document them regularly. This document is known as an issue log. The issue log includes a brief description of the issue, assignment of an individual issue to various project team members for a solution, a deadline until when the issue needs to be resolved, and other important information. The log really helps the entire project team track and control issues in an appropriate manner. In short, projects of any size or type should mandatorily have an issue tracking system or log where issues and other relevant information must be monitored by a project manager on a regular basis. Also, the issue tracking system provides a historical documentation of all the concerns that have been addressed and resolved within the project. If there is a similar project that the organization must handle in the future, they can be aware of the issues that can possibly occur within the project and be prepared beforehand to handle them. We will discuss in detail how one must manage issues in the most appropriate way. Firstly, one must review and resolve any project issues regularly. This is to not only solve the existing issues that team members are currently facing, but to also identify new ones that might occur. After this, work towards a resolution in close collaboration with the stakeholders. Next, we will have to maintain documentation of the issues along with a detailed instruction to resolve them. This is preferably done in an issue log. You must regularly review and maintain records within this log. Communicate with stakeholders regularly about the status of open issues. If an issue remains unresolved for a long period of time, it must be escalated using the agreed upon escalation procedure for your project. Finally, the lessons learned. The issue log must be reviewed at the end of the entire project in an orderly manner so that the lessons learned are documented and included in the analysis of lessons learned. With this, we come to the end of today's session on what is risk management. If this has spiked your interest and you want to know more about project management, I recommend you to opt for PMP certification training and clear the exam. At Invensis Learning, we provide various PMP certifications that will pave the way for your career in project management. For each of these certifications, we are accredited by respective governing bodies or courses in line with their guidelines. Post-enrollment, you will get lifetime access to a personalized learning management system. LMS has all the class recordings, live class, webinar links along with assignments and case studies to practice. All classes are live instructor-led, delivered by trainers with rich domain experience. Thank you guys. See you in the next session.